Imagine logging into your Bitcoin wallet one morning and finding every single coin drained. Not by a hacker who guessed your password, but by a computer that mathematically unpicked the very keys that secured your funds. That is the nightmare scenario that BlackRock, Coinbase, and MicroStrategy are now spending $15 million to prevent. On Thursday, July 23, 2026, these three financial titans, alongside ARK Invest and other major players, announced the formation of the Bitcoin Security Consortium. Their mission: to prepare Bitcoin for quantum threats before the hardware catches up. This is not a speculative future problem. It is a today problem that demands a today solution. And the clock is ticking. The consortium was announced via Business Wire on July 23, 2026, with a combined pledge of $15 million. The headline names are BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager with over $10 trillion in assets under management, Coinbase, America's largest cryptocurrency exchange, and MicroStrategy, the corporate Bitcoin treasury company formerly known as MicroStrategy. ARK Invest, led by Cathie Wood, is also a founding member. This is not a random collection of crypto enthusiasts. These are institutions that collectively hold or manage millions of Bitcoin. They have a direct financial incentive to ensure the network remains secure. Why now? Because quantum computing is advancing faster than many in the crypto space anticipated. Google, IBM, and several Chinese state-backed labs have all demonstrated quantum processors with over 1,000 qubits. The threshold to break Bitcoin's elliptic curve cryptography is estimated at roughly 2,500 to 5,000 logical qubits. We are closer than most people realize. To understand the threat, you need to understand Bitcoin's cryptographic backbone. Every Bitcoin transaction is signed using the elliptic curve digital signature algorithm, or ECDSA. When you send Bitcoin, your private key generates a signature. A sufficiently powerful quantum computer running Shor's algorithm could derive that private key from the signature alone. This means any address that has ever spent coins is vulnerable. The coins are not physically moved, but a quantum attacker could forge a new transaction and redirect them. The most exposed addresses are those that have reused addresses or have exposed their public key through a previous spend. Unspent addresses that have never broadcast a transaction are safer, but not immune once they go to spend. The consortium's first technical priority is to agree on a post-quantum signature scheme, likely based on lattice-based cryptography, and to coordinate a network upgrade. The consortium is not just writing checks. According to the press release, the $15 million will fund research, development, and testing of quantum-resistant cryptographic primitives that are backward compatible with Bitcoin. This is a delicate engineering challenge. Bitcoin is a decentralized network with no central authority. Any protocol change requires broad consensus among miners, node operators, and the development community. The consortium plans to publish a technical roadmap within the next 6 months, including a proposed soft fork that would introduce a new address type. They are also funding a bug bounty program specifically for quantum vulnerabilities. Notably, the consortium has stated it will not attempt to force changes unilaterally. Instead, it will work through existing Bitcoin improvement proposal processes. This is smart politics. Trying to dictate terms would likely fracture the community, exactly when unity is most needed. This is the most contested number in cryptography right now. The optimistic view, held by many Bitcoin core developers, is that fault-tolerant quantum computers are at least 10 to 15 years away. The pessimistic view, shared by some physicists at institutions like MIT and Oxford, is that a breakthrough could come within 5 to 7 years. The consortium's own internal estimates, shared with CoinDesk on the day of the announcement, place the high-risk window at 2032 to 2035. That sounds distant, but consider this: agreeing on a new signature scheme, writing the code, testing it, and then coordinating a global network upgrade typically takes 3 to 5 years. If the consortium waits until the hardware is ready, it will be too late. The $15 million is essentially an insurance premium against a catastrophic event that could wipe out hundreds of billions in value. Bitcoin's price reaction on July 23, 2026 was muted but positive, trading around $68,000 at the time of the announcement. The more significant signal is institutional. When BlackRock, the most conservative giant in global finance, puts its name and money behind a Bitcoin security upgrade, it sends a clear message: Bitcoin is not going away, and it is worth protecting. This consortium also legitimizes the quantum threat in the eyes of regulators. The US Treasury and the European Central Bank have both published papers on quantum risks to digital assets. Having a coordinated industry response may preempt heavy-handed regulation. For everyday Bitcoin holders, this announcement is both reassuring and sobering. It confirms that the people with the most to lose are taking the threat seriously. But it also confirms that the threat is real enough to warrant a $15 million war chest. Should you panic? No. Should you take action? Yes, but measured action. First, stop reusing Bitcoin addresses. Every time you send from an address, you expose its public key. Use wallets that generate a fresh address for every transaction. Second, consider moving long-term holdings into wallets that support Taproot or other more modern address formats, as these will be easier to upgrade. Third, watch for announcements from the consortium about the new address type. When the soft fork is proposed, you will need to update your wallet software to receive and send quantum-resistant transactions. Finally, do not fall for scams. There is no airdrop, no migration token, and no urgent need to move your coins anywhere right now. The upgrade will be voluntary and backward compatible. Your existing coins will remain valid, but their security profile will improve once you move them to a new address. The formation of the Bitcoin Security Consortium on July 23, 2026 is a watershed moment. It marks the first time that the world's largest asset managers, exchanges, and corporate treasuries have formally collaborated on a core protocol security issue. The $15 million pledge is modest relative to Bitcoin's $1.3 trillion market cap, but it is not about the money. It is about coordination. It is about admitting that no technology, not even Bitcoin, is immune to the march of scientific progress. Quantum computing will eventually break current public key cryptography. The only question is whether Bitcoin upgrades in time. With BlackRock, Coinbase, and Strategy leading the charge, the answer looks more likely to be yes. Stay informed, update your practices, and watch the space. The most secure network in the world is about to get even stronger.